Hello, Edward. Good to see you. I don't hear you. I think you're muted. Now you're.
I am now unmuted. So, hi. Well, it's I mean, summer. I don't want to use the word "it's passing quickly," but it's July. It's yeah, mid-July, and so very interesting. How have you been?
I've been very busy.
Yeah, I noticed you had a delegation from someplace recently.
Yeah, we hosted a group recently from across Iraq
Yes.
and just said goodbye to them not too long ago. And I have a group from the Caribbean coming here pretty soon.
Oh, well, wow. Well, if you need, I'm around if you need any help.
Okay, I appreciate that. I will remember that for sure. Thank you. Oh, there's Elias. Well, we'll see how many people roll in. It's summertime, so hopefully I didn't get too many people to say they can't participate.
Well, yes.
But
especially since you're still in Zoom, it makes it a lot easier.
It does, yeah. Well, I'm at the beach right now trying to work and vacate a little bit.
Oh, I don't know about all that now.
I know, yeah, it's not ideal, but here we are. Hi, Claire, welcome.
Hello, thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be a new member of the commission.
Absolutely. Well, we are thrilled that you are here. Edward here is also new. So, well, new recently. Actually, he was formerly a part of the commission. We're thrilled to have you both.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
We'll let our other people roll in. Hi, Elizabeth.
Hi, everybody.
Hello again.
Hey,
Welcome.
Elias. It's a pleasure to see you again.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Hi, Devin.
Hi.
How are you?
Good to see you. Hi, Vivian.
Hi.
Good to see you. All right. Well, hopefully we'll see a few more people roll in.
Damon, do you know if Adrienne is coming tonight or not?
He didn't tell me either way.
Okay. She's away on vacation and she wasn't sure if she would be able to Zoom in. So I just need to know if I'm supposed to do the orientation handbook update on her behalf, but we'll see. I can do it if she doesn't show up.
Okay, sounds good. Yes, I don't think she mentioned to me that she wouldn't be here.
Okay, great. All right, let me get.
So just, I know we have a few people who are new to or haven't been with us in a while. We are being recorded already. So recording began at 4:30, just so you're aware.
Yes.
And we'll wait just a few minutes for other people to come on. I think Sylvia is planning to be here, and Michael is planning to be here, albeit a little bit late. Anyone taken any interesting vacations or done anything out of the ordinary recently?
Well, I was in a highway. My wife and I were driving back from Leesburg last week when there was an accident in front of us, and the gentleman on a big pickup truck behind us didn't see it. And so we were made to feel like an accordion. So we were.
Oh, you were.
Yeah, we were. So we were not hurt, other than the fact that we got to get another car, which was, then you go and find out the fact that the cars have gone up quite a bit since we bought that one 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And so it's an interesting thing to do. Well, I have to have something to do this summer,
Right. And I bet a smashed car, unfortunately, doesn't get a whole lot in a trade-in.
Well, that's the negotiation point, was the fact that, they have to give me the value of the car.
Oh, okay.
Therefore, and that's in this market. So, and so that's the discussion point right now. And but it was my wife's car, and she would prefer to have had the same car. She's not happy about, the whole thing. And see, in my family, they named, my wife and kids named the cars. The cars have personalities in my family.
So what was the name of your poor deceased car?
Nellie Bell.
Oh, Nellie Bell.
Does anyone remember Roy Rogers? And from, well, I keep forgetting, I'm the oldest one around here probably, but Roy Rogers show on television on Saturday mornings, he had an assistant who had a Jeep, and the Jeep's name was Nellie Bell. And so we just adopted that car for it. And then my wife gave my SUV the name of Billy Bob. And so believe it or not, it works in the family. So we always know which car we're talking about.
That makes sense. I learned to drive in a 1976 Cadillac, which was a huge boat of a car. And we called it the Tank. That was our name.
And it's actually so much easier for the kids, you know, because the kids have always done that, name the car based upon something. And even though no kids don't live at home now, you know, we keep all the same traditions.
Absolutely. Hey, everyone, I just got an email from Stella saying she would be with us shortly.
Oh, that's great.
So
Is she still in Italy?
I'm not, I think she might be back, but I'm not
Okay.
certain. I think she's back.
Okay.
Once she gets on, we'll probably go ahead and start because, I mean, I don't think we actually have quorum. We have 6 people. Well, with her, we'll have 6.
Okay.
And,
Well, others may join late. I don't, if we have to put off voting on approval for the minutes until we have a quorum, we can push that further down the agenda if you think that makes sense, Damon.
yeah, sure. Maybe we should do that.
And I don't know if there's anything else that has to be voted on, so
I don't.
doesn't look like it, not today.
Well, I'd like to do introductions once Stella gets here, just so, because, you know, I'm proud of our new people.
Yes.
Vivian, how has your summer been? I know you've been pretty busy too.
Yeah, my summer has been going pretty well. I'm actually, right now, I'm at the Governor's School for Humanities.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
Excellent.
In Richmond or?
It's at Radford.
Oh, at Radford. Okay, cool. That's awesome. My son is in the Governor's School Virtual Academy. So he.
Okay.
That's great that you could join us,
Oh, yeah.
Vivian.
Yeah, really appreciate that. I think we're all here and there today.
Yeah.
Elias, have you been to Guatemala
Is your
recently?
son at-
I have not, and I'm dying to go. So I have, we have a board retreat coming up in late September there. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, Huehue is actually just now ending the town's fair, the city fair that hadn't happened since 2019. So
Wow.
everybody was really excited about it.
Oh,
So
that's nice. It's
it's a big
nice.
deal. Yes, yes. I think it was really good for people to, I mean, the numbers are down and you know, things are pretty okay. So that's why the mayor went ahead and said, let's do it. So that was nice.
I'm sure people are glad to be out and about.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Lots of
Max, go ahead.
No, I was just saying that there were lots of activities.
I'm sure. Cool. Yeah, Max just let me know that 6 people is quorum. So I believe we are now at quorum.
Great.
So thank you, Stella, for chiming in. You're giving us quorum. Oh, you're muted. You're muted, Stella. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm still in the car, but I'm arriving home in a few minutes.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you for joining in.
So I can still join, I can still vote, yes.
You just relax and focus on your driving,
Okay.
and we'll go ahead. We'll go ahead and get started with our introductions. We have 2 new members today, and thrilled to have both Edward Herring and Claire Denton Spalding with us. And how about I'll let each one of you just tell a little bit about yourself and why you were motivated to be a part of the Sister Cities Commission. Claire, would you like to start?
Sure, I'll start. So hello, everyone. My name is Claire Denton Spalding. I moved to Charlottesville about 2 years ago with my fiance, and we just bought a home here. So we're going to plan to stay here for quite some time. I work remotely. I do federal government consulting. And I was motivated to join the Sister Cities Commission because when I was a kid, high school student growing up in Chicago, I did a Sister Cities exchange with a high school in Casablanca, and it was an awesome, amazing experience. I still think about it. I still have friends from that trip, even though now it was like 20 years ago. So when I saw that there was Sister Cities Commission, I looked into the awesome sister cities that Charlottesville is partnered with, and I got thinking about my own time and hoped that as a member of this commission, I could help work on programs and help facilitate programs for people like myself when I was a youngster. So thank you very much. I'm excited to work with you all.
How long were you in Casablanca?
It was 1 week, but the group from Casablanca came to Chicago a few times after that. So
Oh, nice.
once was while I was still in high school, and then another time was when I was home for the summer from college. So it was amazing. So, and it was through the Sister Cities Commission that made that contact.
Beautiful. We love that you're with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Edward, how about you share with us? Thanks.
Yes, hi. Once again, I'm happy to be here. My wife and I moved to Charlottesville 20 years ago when I became retired. And we wanted to find an area where my wife could go back to work because we traveled so much she couldn't. So my wife became the music teacher at Venable Elementary, and I did a lot of other things. And then about 10 years ago, as the teacher shortages were getting worse, I began taking on long-term jobs teaching in the county and city school. And I just finished up this past semester at Lakeside Middle School teaching French. And before that, a semester at Western teaching Spanish. I've also taught German and English, of course, and Latin. And so that's what I've been doing for the last 10 years. I like languages. About 7 years ago, I had joined the Sister City Commission, particularly to support then what was going on with Best in Song, because I was part of 2 organizations doing exchanges, working with Barry Keith out at Monticello. We were preparing for a trip to take students to Best in Song. And at the same time, I was working at Charlottesville High School, helping make the preparations for the kids from Charlottesville High School to go to or stop in Best in Song on their way to another place. So, and of course, I worked to host and tour and help plan activities for both groups when they came here at least twice. So I got to do a lot more of that when I was part of the Sister City Commission. I supported the commissioner who was responsible for Best in Song, as well as at Charlottesville High School, the person who was assigned to be part of the Sister City Commission. And of course, I worked quite a bit with Cliff, who was your predecessor on the Sister City Commission here. So that was a lot of fun. It was a lot of work. And I had some other, because I'm coming off in 1 year off the board of two other organizations. I have 1 more year on the board of the Alliance Française. And so that gives me more time because you can't take on too much. You find that it doesn't work. And so as I'm freeing up activities from other organizations, and this was the ideal time. I'm happy to be back. I look forward to helping support the activities in our sister cities, particularly in Best in Song and Huehuetenango.
Thank you so much, Edward. We are thrilled to have you a part of the commission. Elizabeth, would you care to introduce yourself?
Sure. So Claire and Edward and Elias I'm Elizabeth Smiley, and I'm currently serving dual roles on the commission. I'm the Besançon Sister City rep, and I'm also the secretary. I stepped onto the commission, or I was appointed rather, in 2020. So I've just completed my second year. And it's very exciting to finally be seeing some of the exchanges and projects and collaborations pick back up after, a period of everything being on pause obviously because of the global pandemic. So I'm very excited to have you both aboard, and I would, Claire, love to meet with you at some point and tell you all about our fabulous French Sister City relationship. And Edward and I have already met and knocked our heads together a little bit about that. So it's terrific to have you with us, and I look forward to getting to know you better and collaborating with you as your interests direct you.
Thank you.
Elizabeth, Vivian?
Hello, nice to meet you all. I'm Vivian Wong, and I'm serving as the youth rep. I've been on the commission for a few months, I think since January. And I'm a rising senior at Charlottesville High School. And I was kind of inspired to join the Sister Cities Commission after, I don't know if it was someone on the board, but in my English class they visited, and it was, I was really moved by the work that they're doing in between other places in the world. So yeah.
Thanks, Vivian. Stella, are you there? Could you introduce yourself? Tell a little about you. She might be getting out of her car, so we can come back to her. But I want to, oh, there
Yes,
she is.
I just arrived. I'm still on the phone, but I'm going to switch. So yes, so I'm Stella. I'm from Poggio a Caiano. I have been living in Charlottesville since 2013, and I serve as the representative from the Italian sister city, Poggio a Caiano, that it's in close to Florence, let's say. And they have a long relationship because I think they established the sister city in the 70s. So it's one of the, it's very active, and we are trying to find more things to do together after the pandemic.
Thank you, Stella. Our Winneba representative, Nana Garti, is not here right now. I'm not sure if you will join in. But Elias Alonso, he is our guest today, and I'm sure he will soon give us a presentation on the work that the Ishtatan Foundation has done. But Elias, would you care to introduce yourself?
Of course. Hi, everybody. My name is Elias Alonso. Nice to meet the new members. I have met several of you. I think Damon and Elizabeth before. Elizabeth's been one of our events, and I am the development director of the Ishtatan Foundation that's based out of Charlottesville. Unfortunately, I'm not in Charlottesville. I wish I was there, but I love the city. I love visiting, and I'm originally from Huehuetenango, Guatemala, and I am going to be talking about our friendship that's been developing in the last 2 years. So nice to meet everybody.
Thank you, Elias. Appreciate you being with us today.
Thank you.
We have a number of other members who I'm not going to go through introducing everybody. Hopefully some more will join in. Oh, I think that's Stella. But I felt we should go ahead and do welcomes and introductions first, even though approval of minutes was first on the agenda. So now, Elizabeth, if we might go in reverse and go back to the meeting minutes.
Sure. So, well, we do have a quorum, but I don't know that our two new members have necessarily received a copy of the minutes.
Yes, I did.
All right, excellent. You weren't here for the meeting last month, so I know you can't offer corrections or revisions, but if either of you have burning questions about any of the items on the minutes, please speak now. And Stella and Damon and Vivian, if you have any corrections or revisions that you spotted that or typos I need to make, raise your hand and let me know what they are.
Did not see any corrections that were needed.
Okay, so as usual, the minutes I try to make very comprehensive and thorough. And what I've started to do is highlight in blue action items that came up in the previous meeting that specific commissioners made the commitment to focus on. So I just call your attention to those in case any of you had action items that you were going to be working on or trying to complete. And if there are action items that didn't get completed, what I would just ask you to do is signal that to me so I can maybe go back and note whether that's ongoing or completed. So Damon, I think you had an action item.
Yes, I had an action item to follow up with or contact the Chamber of Commerce in regards to hopefully recruiting a business representative. I have sent an email to follow up with them and I have not yet gotten a response.
Okay, so we'll call that
yeah,
ongoing then,
Still
right?
ongoing, yes.
All right. Stella, I don't remember right off the bat if you had an action item. I know that you're going to be reporting on Henry Pollard's grant activity. I think that was yours, correct?
Yes.
Okay,
And
so you'll be
I'm going-
reporting on that tonight?
Yes, yes.
Okay, terrific. And Vivian, I don't think you had did you have a specific action item in last month's minute?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. I think that's it, Damon, so you can call for a vote. Unless either Edward or Claire, you have questions?
No.
Okay,
Okay, great. All in favor of approving the minutes as presented, please raise your hand or say aye.
we
Aye.
need a motion from someone first,
Oh, yeah,
or are
sorry.
we gonna
If there
follow
is a-
Robert's Rules of Orders?
Yes, we should. We should. I get in a hurry. Is there a motion to approve the minutes as presented?
So move.
Okay, Edward Herring, any seconds?
Yeah, I do.
All right, great. Stella. All right. So, all in favor of approving the minutes as presented, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions? Okay, the ayes have it. Thank you.
And may I make one quick little comment for the benefit of our two new members? So far, I've managed to get the minutes out ahead of time every month. Sometimes it takes me longer than others. But my goal is always to get them to you, if possible, within a couple of weeks, so you have plenty of time to look at them before we meet. I'm getting ready to go out on a vacation, a bit of an extended vacation, so it is my goal to try to get today's minutes out ASAP, so they'll be. And what I do is I upload the minutes to the folder on our commission shared drive. But I usually also send everyone on the commission an email and I attach a copy. So you've got redundant opportunities to look at them. And that's just wanted you guys to know kind of what you can expect in terms of a turnaround. Thank
Elizabeth.
you.
And I believe, Edward and Claire, you've been added to our G Drive, so you have access.
Yes.
Perfect. Very good. Okay, so at this point, usually Adrian shares email communications with us that we've had in the past month, and I've not heard of any myself. She often chimes in, shares some of those with me. So I personally don't have a report there, and I presume Adrian is not here. So we will skip over that report. And now we will go move on to our city representative updates. And
Excuse me, Damon.
go ahead.
Do you want me to make a secretary's report?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Yes, please do.
I'll try to make it really brief. I know we're in summer mode, right?
Yeah.
Two quick items. One is, those of you that have been on the commission already know that Adrian and I are creating a new commissioner orientation handbook. And we've had a couple of extremely productive work sessions and at least one more scheduled. And our goal is to have a complete draft of that handbook ready for commissioners to view in August, so that any changes or corrections that need to be made can be made prior to our annual retreat. And at this point, our plan is to organize a new commissioner orientation meeting sometime also in September, which is the same month we'll be having our retreat, at which everybody who is new, brand new, or even relatively new, like Vivian, that would include you, to the commission will have an opportunity to meet with us. Everybody will receive a copy of that handbook. It'll be an opportunity for us to go over some of the really important things that anybody stepping onto the commission really needs to know about, and to have any discussion that needs to be had. So we will keep you posted about that. Hopefully that can be an in-person meeting, but if it has to be a virtual meeting, we'll organize it over Zoom. So if you have already received a request from Adrienne to work on one of the committee templates that you agreed to be responsible for, we're now asking that you have that template completed and uploaded to the drive or sent to her by August, I believe August 2nd. So you've got another week and a few days. And there is on the commission Google Drive, there is a separate folder now that's called Orientation Handbook. And so if you go into that folder and you look at the files that are in that folder, you'll see files where you can download and fill in the template for the committee that you're responsible for. Okay. Any questions about that? If not, I'll move on. Okay. And then maybe Damon, this was something that you were planning to bring up at some point today, but I'd like to request or suggest that if time allows, maybe we have a little conversation about planning our annual retreat, which is currently scheduled for September. So if you want to, if it makes sense, we could defer that to after Elias's presentation and the other updates. What do you think, Damon?
Yeah, how about we do that? I think we'll probably have time for it.
And you know, we don't have the full commission here, so we might probably I'll have to follow up with email or something, but
yeah, I mean, the point that Elizabeth is making is we're definitely interested in, you know, working together on the agenda, topics of discussion, of focus during that retreat. And it'll probably be about 3 or 4 hours, depending on the format. And you know, I forgot to introduce, my apologies, Max Robinson is here, and she is our she takes care of us. So Max, would you join us for a minute and just introduce yourself and your role in the commission? My apologies for not asking.
So hello to everyone. My name is Maxelia Robinson. Feel free to call me Max. I am the Deputy Clerk of Council. I can't tell you how long I've actually been attending the Sister City meetings, but initially the clerk was attending the meetings, and her plate is plenty full with the responsibilities of work. And so I volunteered to attend the meetings in her place. And so my role here is just to provide any administrative support that the group may need, and any guidance or answer any questions that the group may also have from the perspective of the city. So
Thank you, Max.
Yep.
And Max takes care of us. We really do.
that's totally true.
Max, is there any new news regarding our form of meeting, especially with the you know, our retreat in mind?
Yeah, no new news. As of right now, the plan is for us to move back into in-person meetings in September. That may very well change. I can't guarantee anything. But that's the plan, at least at this point.
So in
Okay.
regards, in regards to our staff retreats, I know in years past, we have met at alternate locations. And I mean, we, from what I understand, put the information out there that we were meeting in places other than the city hall. Do you know if that might be a possibility to do that again this year, presuming that we can in fact meet in person?
Yeah, so presuming that you can meet in person, it is fine to meet at a location other than City Hall. However, you have to keep in mind that this is a public meeting. And so members of the public, citizens of Charlottesville would be, or whomever would like to attend, should be able to have access to that meeting.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Got it.
So if we're going to meet at Elizabeth's house, we have to invite Charlottesville.
Right, but there might be other locations.
Yeah, sure.
That we want to look into. And we don't need to request approval from anybody. We just make sure that we specify the location of the retreat meeting.
Yeah, so if it's a public space, the sooner that you know that you may want to do something like that, I'll run it by Keena. If it's someone's home, I definitely want to run it past Keena.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
that was a joke. I
Okay.
was not serious about
Well, I think that did happen at least one time in the past.
It did.
Yeah.
But I asked about that and I understood that when Keena came aboard, she requested that meetings not be held in people's private homes
Okay.
for obvious reasons.
Right.
You know, but that it was not necessary to hold the meeting in City Hall if there was an alternative conference room or an organization that wanted to offer us their space.
Yep.
Where we could, bring in food or where we
Mhm.
could stretch out a little bit. So,
Yeah.
let's look into that.
Yeah. And I'd say that we just want to give a fair amount of notice to the public too.
Correct.
I try to get your meetings on the city calendar well in advance, but for something like this, we definitely want to get the word out as soon as possible.
Sure. Okay.
And should we plan, even if it's at an alternate location, to try to provide it by Zoom as well? Or is it the fact that it's in person, does it need to be?
So I know that's part of the ongoing conversation. Having hybrid meetings really complicates things.
Agreed.
So,
So it's probably either in person or not or virtual, it sounds like.
yeah.
Okay. All right, that's fine. Very good. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, more on that later, I guess.
Okay, well, how about we open the floor up to Elias? Elias, would you care to report on the activities?
Of course, yes, and thank you. Let me go ahead and share my screen here with everybody, and I have a short presentation here. And please confirm if you're able to see my screen.
Yes.
Looks good.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a background of this project. So initially, the Ixtatan Foundation that was started 20 years ago by a group of Charlottesville area citizens to help the people of Guatemala with education, introduced this project I believe at the end of 2019, I believe. And our president at that time had lived 1 year in Huehuetenango, working with the foundation where our main offices are located. And we learned about the opportunity to apply to become a sister city for Charlottesville when we learned that Charlottesville was looking for a Spanish-speaking city. And so we went through the process and we were able to propose Huehuetenango as one of those cities. And so following that, our intention as a foundation was to create some kind of an exchange, and really we've been bringing people from Charlottesville to Huehuetenango in the past 20 years, and vice versa. We've brought a group of students from Huehuetenango to Charlottesville to spend 3 months there studying English and getting to know the city. And that was the initial, I guess, project that we were trying to accomplish. And when this opportunity came up, we of course proposed for a more formal friendship sisterhood cities with Charlottesville and Huehuetenango. And so when Huehuetenango was chosen, the initial aspect or initial introductions, I guess that's the name of our project, Internet and Introductions, was to be able to connect people from Huehuetenango and Charlottesville together to start some kind of a conversation and exchanges. And of course, it was also around the time of the pandemic, so everything went virtual, and it delayed some activities and aspects that we had planned. So that is the background of this project. And so now I'm going to go ahead and move on, and we'll talk about some of the activities that we've done. Feel free to interrupt anytime. You can ask me questions. So the project objective that we had set out to do is to provide a set of tools to better connect Charlottesville with its newest friend city of Huehuetenango. That's the main objective of this small grant. And the people that you see in this photograph are the new Huehuetenango Commission, and that was formed in the past year. And I will talk about them a little bit more later. So the initial contacts started when the city of Charlottesville reached out formally in the letter that you see on the screen here on the 19th of February 2021 to the mayor and city of Huehuetenango. And I had with the tools that we had bought with the grant, mainly a computer and some other materials that were sent to Huehuetenango related to other projects, I was able to carry this letter and take it to the mayor of Huehuetenango, which was really cool. And in response, of course, the mayor was very excited, and he appointed a couple of people to head a commission. And so that the acceptance of this invitation was given on the 23rd of May, 2021. So those were the initial contacts that were made formally. The picture that you see on it's on the, I guess, right side of the screen here. It's Mayor Cano. His name is Gustavo Cano, and that's me by him, visiting him in his office last year. And the other two pictures, I'm just showing the Zoom meeting screenshot here. That's Hector. That's the president or the head, I guess, of the commission now in Huehuetenango. And they've had several meetings. Most of the meetings have been virtual because of COVID. And as you can see in the bottom picture as well, they have had a couple of in-person. And so they have been working, they're excited and they're talking. This is a new idea for the city. We've never had a sister city before. So there were a lot of questions. What does it mean to be a sister city or a friendship city, and what do we do? How can we make this happen? The mayor was especially excited to have people from Charlottesville visit And we even talked about last year bringing people and introducing everybody formally. But of course, nothing was happening last year because of COVID. It ended up happening, as I explained earlier, that most activities have gone back to in person in Huehuetenango. And so we will talk about that later. And so they are very excited, and they're wanting to see and learn more about the Sister City Commission. So some of the activities that this project have, that we've developed with this project, as I explained, the mayor formally accepted the invitation, and Alida Vasquez, which is the vice mayor of Huehuetenango City, and Hector Mendez, now the president, they were both initially appointed by the mayor to head up this commission to make sure that Huehuetenango was being receptive, and that we are interested in forming a friendship with Charlottesville. And so key members from this commission that were suggested should come from different offices and entities within the city. One of which is La Casa de la Cultura, which is the Cultural Office Affairs. It's, as some of you might know, in Guatemala, we have many Mayan languages and Mayan cultures. And in Huehuetenango alone, we speak 9 Mayan languages. And so we're very diverse. And so there's an office that promotes that. And then some commission members come from the Universidad Da Vinci de Guatemala. This is one of Guatemala's 8 universities, and this one is based in Huehuetenango. It's the first one that's actually based in Huehuetenango City. Everybody else is based out of Guatemala City, the capital city, but this one is, from Huehuetenango City. So it's our own university, and it's they're excited to collaborate and participate. They've offered, their facilities and everything that they could to help us with this project. So we're excited to have people from this university there. The students that I talked about earlier that visited or had the exchange in Charlottesville are from this university. And so we have a history with the university in that sense. INTECAP is another trade skills institute that's all over Guatemala, and there's one campus in Huehuetenango, and this is mainly training young people in trade skills, electricity and carpentry and all kinds of trade skills. And so part of the commission comes from this institute as well. And then we have representatives from the Oficina Municipal de la Mujer, which is the women's office to promote women's activities and rights in Huehuetenango. There's a specific office for that within the city. And so we have representatives from this office. Those were the initial entities that Mayor Cano and the rest of the committee made sure that we had representatives from these different offices. And following that, we had a virtual meet and greet with the Charlottesville Commission on July 20th. That was exactly 1 year ago, if you remember that. And that was exciting and fun because we had a couple of dozen people, and some only spoke Spanish, some only spoke English, and we had 2 students interpreting, and we were trying to figure out that, and it went well. It went well. People were excited about that. So those are some of the activities that we've developed with this. The Commission of Huehuetenango, as you can see in this picture, they've been meeting as I said at the beginning, they were very excited to learn and to do all they can to move this forward. And so they've been meeting and trying to learn and asking questions. So in 2021 alone, they had 15 meetings just to get organized and make sure that they understood the process. And so they get along very well. So that's a really good sign for this commission. 3 meetings have been held in 2022 already. These meetings are mainly to talk about how do we connect people from Huehuetenango to Charlottesville, and how do we make that website accessible and more interactive, and even just coming up with the domain name of the website was a big discussion. And so I will show you that in a little bit. It's still under construction, but I will show parts of it to you. And so one of the things that they have asked me to deliver to you is a request of some kind of a formal visit to Huehuetenango of a member of the commission, the whole commission, or they would really like to see some of you in Huehuetenango. And Sylvia, one of your board commission members, has been in touch with me, and we've talked several times on the phone and over email about a visit in the upcoming months. And so I hope that some of you will join her in that. And we've also had the pleasure of having Elizabeth in one of our gatherings in Charlottesville. As I mentioned, the Ixtatan Foundation is based out of Charlottesville, working in Guatemala for the last 20 years. And last year we celebrated our 20th anniversary, and we had the pleasure of having Elizabeth speak to the group there, as you can see in this picture. And that was very exciting. So thank you for that, Elizabeth. So the domain name of the website, which is the main part of connecting our 2 cities together, is huehuecharlottesville.com. So Huehue is short for Huehuetenango. So the name of Huehuetenango, I'm just going to explain this quickly. Huehuetenango. So the name comes from a Mexican native language, which is Nahuatl. After the Mexican conquest, they moved down south, right? And so they brought some of the indigenous peoples of Mexico down, and so that's how these names got chosen. Because it's interesting, they're not Mayan, they're Nahuatl. So there's a lot of rabines, I think you call those trees. It's like big trees in Huehuetenango. So that's one, and the name of those trees is Ahuehuetl in Nahuatl. And so it became Huehue, and the Tenango part of it means a place of. So a place of a lot of these trees. That's the name of Huehuetenango. Everybody from Huehuetenango just will call the city Huehue. So you'll hear us say Huehue, and that's totally normal. So that's why we have huehuecharlottesville.com. That's the website that we have been working in designing, and as I said, it's still under construction. I'll show some parts of it to you after I finish with this presentation. The grant was a grant for $3,500. As you can see here, I have this financial report to set up an internet connection in Huehuetenango, and we were able to do this, and actually for more time than we had expected, and so which was good, for a total of 18 months. even though the project was only 12 months, but we were able to do that, and so there was a budget of $1,500 for that, and actual was $1,388.57, and a laptop that was able to, it's being used all the time to hold these meetings and just to have people talk to each other, and I'll talk about collaborating with other grantees later too. And we were able to use these internet connections and the computer to do that. Web hosting and website designs, we actually went over budget a little bit there. And then shipping and other fees related to establishing services. We initially had anticipated shipping things from the US to Huehuetenango, and it turned out that in 2021, plane tickets were really inexpensive. So I was able to get a plane ticket for $387 to deliver these materials actually personally to the mayor. And that's how I was able to go to Huehuetenango and from Atlanta to establish this meetings and really get the mayor on board and get the commission formalized. So that is the financial report. And other activities that we have also carried out are external collaborations. I was introduced to Rachel McLaughlin, I think is how you pronounce that, and also Christina Ball from two different projects from the Charlottesville grantees, Portrait Exchange. This was, I think, artists doing portraits for students, and students from Charlottesville painted portraits of students in Huehuetenango and vice versa. And also Face to Face International, we were able to introduce people from Huehuetenango to Christina to be able to get their portraits done as well. So that, and it was fun to develop those collaboration with these other grantees, and it's really nice to be able to see that other people are also interested and wanting to connect with people in Huehuetenango, which is what our project and our grant was all about, just making those connections. And so, any questions?
Thank you, Elias. So part of the grant was for Wi-Fi connectivity, right? So have members of the public also had an opportunity to access the Wi-Fi some? How is it? Has that occurred?
Yes, that is happening. So we have a mini library that's open to the public. That's where this is set up. And so members of Huehue City can come there and use the Wi-Fi for free, and they can be there too. And it's been mainly students, and some of the students with the Portrait Exchange and Face to Face International have actually done that there, and so it's been accessible to mainly students.
Nice. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Elias, I think that's a wonderful presentation that you gave. Thank you very much, bringing us up to speed on the activities so far of the Friendship City relationship. And I was taking notes furiously because I was learning a lot of good stuff. So what is the official name of the commission that's been established in Huehue?
So the commission, Comisión de Ciudades Hermanas, I can type this in, which is in Spanish, of course. If I believe this is the website. This is the live website right now, and it's still under construction.
Okay,
English part of it,
Ciudades Hermanos.
Ciudades
mean-
Hermanas. Yeah.
That means sister city in Spanish?
Yes. So this
Okay.
is it. This is it.
Hermanas, okay. And if I understood you correctly, the commission tasked you with asking us if we would make a commitment to move towards sending a delegation or some kind of a formal visit or a set of visitors to Huehuetenango to represent Charlottesville and the Sister City Commission.
That is correct.
Okay.
They've been wanting to have somebody or the delegation from Charlottesville to visit. The
Mhm.
mayor of Huehuetenango has offered to host and pay for hosting expenses while you guys are there, as long as you get yourself there. And so that's one of the things that they would really like to do, because at this point, the Ixtatán Foundation has been the middleman in a way.
Yeah.
Although we've had meetings, joint meetings, but I think it would be good for a delegation to visit. And Sylvia and I have talked about some dates, maybe. Well, I suggested July, which is the city fair, which happened on the 15th of July already, and there's all kinds of activities going on. But another important date that is significant for Huehue is October 20th, which is Revolutions Day. And there's also activities happening, but really any time, I am sure that the commission in Huehuetenango would be more than happy to accommodate a delegation from Charlottesville.
Wonderful.
We'll have to discuss that opportunity. I'm sure many of us would absolutely be interested. It's
Mhm.
working things out, and we're very excited about the relationship. And for our new members, the status that we are in right now, Charlottesville is in with Huehuetenango, is called Friendship City. It's basically when we're getting to know each other. It's like we're courting. And friendship leads to sisterhood. So it's something that we are very excited about, and we've certainly been thrilled with all of our interactions thus far with Huehuetenango, the people that we've worked with, and we'll have to discuss opportunities for some sort of visit.
And Elias, if we do have some interest, I know that Sylvia is planning, all things being equal, to travel herself in October, I think, around the date you recommended. But if there's some interest in others joining her so that it becomes a little bit more of an official delegation visit, would you have an important role to play in terms of coordinating or connecting our commission with the commission there, or do you need to step back from that role? In other words, you could help us. Could you facilitate some of that connecting, or is there someone else that we should really kind of partner with to schedule or plan some kind of official visit?
I think that in the meantime, while we are developing this friendship, and our goal is to make it into a sisterhood city, I think the Ixtatán Foundation is very interested in being involved.
Okay.
There's one representative of the Ixtatán Foundation on the commission in Huehuetenango. And I personally would be able to help, and I would travel with the delegation to go to Huehuetenango and provide everything, coordination and stuff like that. So yeah, I would be able to do that.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. It's very generous.
Anybody else have any questions for Elia? Well, Elias, we thank you so much for being with us today, and you're welcome to hang out with us for the rest of the meeting or enjoy this nice summer evening. We're most grateful for all your leadership that you've given to developing this relationship, and we're definitely committed to seeing it through. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the opportunity. And if you all ever need anything, just reach out. Like I said, I will be available to continue on. I want to see this sisterhood happen. So
Great.
I will sign off and leave you on to a meeting. But thank you for the time and for everything that you've done.
Thank you, Elias.
Thank you, Elias. Have a good evening.
Bye-bye.
Right. Well, that was an excellent presentation. Thrilled to see the progress that's being made there. Does anyone else have anything they would like to add regarding Huehuetenango? I think we probably covered that topic. Appreciate Edward's interest, particularly in Huehuetenango.
It is, I would definitely look forward to October to being a part of the delegation.
Wonderful. Well, we need to make a point of connecting you with Sylvia,
Yes,
if you've not done so already. So to do that.
I would be interested, but I'm getting married a few days or a few weeks before, so I feel like I don't know if I'll be.
I guess that's a good reason. Thank you.
I did have a question about friendship cities versus sister cities. So is the process usually explore, interact for a few years as a friendship city and then become a sister city, or is that a unique to Charlottesville process?
No, it's a standard process in Sister Cities International. When you basically one city approaches another city, and you know, we went through a process to determine which Spanish-speaking city we wanted to try to, you know, share the opportunity to become sister cities with, and Huehuetenango was ultimately selected, and we approached them, and they agreed that they also wanted to go down that path. And so Friendship City status is the standard Sister Cities International, you know, well, their official status when you're working to become a full-fledged sister city. And it's just a period of time to get to know each other, make sure it's a right fit and a sustainable relationship, because you don't want it to, you know, all of a sudden happen, everyone's excited, then a year later it, you know, kind of goes quiet. So
Got it. And has there been a sister, a relationship before that didn't work out? The Charlottesville.
Well, we've had a relationship with Pleven, Bulgaria, that it's I mean, it was a sister city for quite some time, and the relationship over time just went kind of quiet. But in regards to a friendship city, I'm not aware of a friendship city relationship here in Charlottesville that didn't eventually become a sister city relationship. Does anybody else? Edward, you might actually have.
No, I was not aware of one. I was involved when we were trying to make the decision about Pleven, because there was a lack of return correspondence with Pleven. We tried for months and months to contact them to determine if there was any interest. But in Bulgaria, the administration and responsibilities had changed around so much that we didn't even know who to contact. But as far as friendship cities, no, this is a standard process, and most of the ones that I'm aware of did lead eventually to a sister city.
And just to clarify, the Bulgaria has been placed into what's called inactive status, which is different from severing the sister city
Yes.
relationship.
Yes.
So that leaves open the possibility, if there's renewed interest and on both sides, to activate that sister city relationship again.
And once again, we did not have an active community here either to offer the support that we would need. And which is clear in the case of Huehuetenango. We do have an organization here, and we have but also supported by the fact that it's a Spanish-speaking city. we have a large possibility of gaining support from the high schools in terms of opportunities. And so, I think this is going to be a good thing, and I look forward to it. And as a person who teaches Spanish in the school, it's nice to also have a city that we can point to as our sister city to give opportunities to our students.
Great, thank you all for answering my questions. Appreciate it.
Next on our agenda is Winneba. And as I mentioned, Nana Garti is not here to respond. Last time we met, they were in the final process of accepting a fire truck that was donated by the city of Charlottesville to Winneba. And it was going through some, red tape over there. And hopefully by now it has exchanged hands. So I bet by next meeting we will find out the result of that. But that was one of the most recent big things happening. Anyone else have anything to add regarding Winneba? Okay. Elizabeth, would you like to give any report on Besançon?
Well, there's really no updates to report this month. And so I'm sure I'll have more, perhaps even next month. So I'll cede to Poggio because I know Stella has an update.
Great. Go right ahead, Stella.
Yes, so basically, so of course, I went to Poggio and I came back recently. So I spoke again with Giacomo, the vice mayor. Sadly says that he's not going to run again for the election next year because he's already tired. He could do again, but he decided not to. So we'll see who is going to take his place. But basically, we spoke about the famous concert that we are organizing, right? And today, actually, I went to I was in contact with Parks and Rec, and today I went to see the Carver Recreation Center, that it's close to Staples, basically. And they have a big, like some kind of theater that can be used for concert and can seat like 200 people. And it seemed good because basically the fee is $90 per hour for a weekday and $120 for the weekend, but there is no other fee. Like the other place that I looked, they had the cleaning fee and then they had some other fee on top of that. So basically that seems like very convenient. And we also have the winners of the contest. So I can put here, so basically they have their YouTube channel. I'll put it in the chat. So they make some kind of alternative rock in English. They have an album on Spotify. And apparently, they seem like the singer especially seems really good. So I don't know. So this is one of the updates. So the thing is that they would, at this point, we were thinking about doing this in November, like we said last time, so that they have time to organize from there, their part. But they need to buy the ticket. So I would like to, to set a date as soon as possible so that they don't have to spend like, $1,000 more because, when you buy the tickets, it's more expensive where you're close to the date. So they told me that for November, they don't have anything yet because they've been closed until now for the pandemic. So they're going to start opening it again from September. So, I don't know how to proceed. Also, I'll have to start thinking about the hospitality, to find them. So I wanted to know how can I proceed to, if I can talk to them and decide a date or something, and how I can start finding people to host them, like we said. I never did it before, so if there is any kind of channel or...
So Stella, I had a conversation with Terry DeCincio last week,
Mm.
and I asked her to be in touch with you to share with you you know, she was the Poggio
Yes,
representative
yes.
for a number of years, so she has many local contacts.
Okay, good.
People that she can turn to or can put you in touch with who might offer to host visitors when they come, people who might be very interested in helping out with organizing a concert or other special events, receptions or what have you. So she's a
Good.
tremendous resource. I couldn't think of anybody I knew.
No, she knows.
Others
about-
may have contacts in the community, but I couldn't think of anybody else I knew who I thought might not be as rich a resource for you. So I encourage you to reach out to her if you haven't heard from her already.
Sure, yeah.
May I add one name to that? Former mayor of Charlottesville, Catherine Slaughter, is very actively involved with that last delegation visit. Hosted a party at her house and was involved in many ways. She was one of the people there, has been around for a long time and had several different contacts over the years with them. So, so she's an excellent resource, I think, also with Terry, to reach out to.
Okay. Oh, and they also said that they are going to do also, I mean, I told them that we're going to do some advertising, but they said that they are going to do also their own advertising. So on their pages, like social. And it's also possible to partner with the City Hall. She wanted to talk about it with the Parks and Rec, so that we actually have to pay maybe less. The fee is not going to be like 90, for example, but less. But I mean, we still have to talk about it. So that's also a good idea. I mean, that's also a good thing.
One question, the event that you envision, would it be an event with alcohol?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, good, because it's always important to know that at the rec center, if there are events with alcohol, you have to also pay for a private duty policeman.
Oh, no, I don't want to get into that.
Great. No, just as an awareness that it's a few additional dollars if you have any event that involves alcohol.
No, thank you. I didn't know that, but I honestly didn't think of that. But
Right,
I mean, I didn't talk about it with them. So yeah, I mean, for now it seems like this is the best option, and I mean, I will send them an email asking them what time. I mean, what part of the month they were thinking, and then we can go from there also.
Right. So what you want to do, of course, is coordinate when people here might be available to serve as hosts and participate, you know, so we have our American Thanksgiving, so you want to steer clear of that.
Yeah.
But I understand that they want to go ahead and get the best prices, and, you know, they need to go ahead and perhaps find out, make arrangements for their flights. So you know, you have to coordinate those things, but sounds like you're on top of it. So reach out to those other folks and let them pull them in and make a committee so that you can delegate some stuff to them is what I would suggest.
Okay, yes. Thank you. And I don't think there is anything else for now, any other update.
Then they'll probably need audio visual services for the.
Yes, so they have some things there. And I can talk to Wes, you know, Wes Swing, the one that did the other project, because he told me that he could help me find, I mean, I don't know. I mean, some of them, maybe they want to bring their own instrument or whatever, but if not, I mean, he has a lot of contacts to find, I don't know, whatever they need to play.
Sounds good. Hey, thank you for your efforts there.
You're welcome.
All right, so we always wrap up our meetings by 6 o'clock because we have folks who have places to be. So we're gonna forge ahead. Yes.
May I ask a quick question for the minutes, Stella? So was there an update on Henry Pollard's grant, or is that
Yes.
just something we have to defer until next month?
No, I mean, we have an update. He sent me all the link. I'm going to do a share screen if I can. Done. He sent me the link to the website that he's doing. Where is it? Here it is. Allora. So basically he's, I mean, he already created the website. I'm going also to send it to you in the chat. So basically it's this one. So, and he also has this form for who wants to send pictures. And he asked me for some contacts for Poggio School. So we have only had basically the elementary and the middle school. So I send him the email of the principal of the middle schools. I don't know if she answered to him or not yet. He also did the Instagram is still empty, he said, because he's still getting the pictures. So basically, the website is this one and is divided in Charlottesville and Poggio, Poggio a Caiano and Charlottesville. So the idea is that he's going to get the pictures from the schools or the people that wants to participate and put them here when he has enough. So he already did basically the frame. I asked him if he also wants some other people from Poggio to participate, not only schools, because I mean, they're very young kids, so I don't know if they, but I mean, he didn't answer yet, so I'm going to email him again. I mean, again, I can send him, I can send Giacomo his contacts, and they definitely can find a lot of people that will send their pictures.
It's also summertime, so could be, you know, students are busy doing different things.
Yeah, no, the students in Italy, I mean, now they are not in school anymore. So yeah, that's
Great.
also probably why. So here is the link of the website.
Thank you, Stella.
Thank you. Okay. We'll move now to our committee updates. Is there a budget and finance committee? I am still working to get a report to the city council that is due then, and I will get that. To
The main update, the allocation from the city came in at the beginning of July. And we had two payments that are pending. One is the grant payment to the bridge. And the second is the, I believe, final grant payment to Elias for the Wayway Tenango project. And I'm working on getting the template updated so that we can start the budget discussions around grants and whatnot for the fall.
Thank you,
What
Mike.
template is that, Michael?
The spreadsheet that we've used the last couple of years that's on the website in our Google Docs.
Yeah. Okay, so you're just working on getting it, you know, sort of a clean copy for the upcoming grant and budget year?
Yep.
Okay,
With placeholders for whatever amounts we decide on for grants, scholarships, other spending, etc.
okay.
Thank you. So our grants leader is out today. Does anyone else have anything they would like to add regarding grants? Okay, we'll move on to outreach. Is there an outreach report? Okay, we're moving right along. And an education.
I don't have an outreach report per se. I will say that I saw Adrian did a lot on some of the Instagram and other announcements with recent events. And then Vivian, I think you were maybe interested in working on the website.
Yeah, sure. I didn't hear back yet, but I would be interested in potentially meeting with someone.
Okay, so let's tentatively say that we'll meet before the end of the month and chat on how to get you access to that and do a tour for you.
Okay. I assume you have my email.
Yeah, I'll just respond to the one in the Gmail.
Okay, perfect.
That's all.
Thank you both. And education update. I I don't have anything myself.
I don't think there's a report.
Yeah.
No report tonight.
Okay. Very
Do we
good.
have a little bit of time, Damon,
Yeah,
to
we
talk
do.
about the retreat?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Yeah, we have our annual retreat coming up, and in our retreat, we normally, discuss where we are, where we've been, where we're headed, where, different directions we believe we need to take. I think one thing that'll be a little different this year is that we have once again been funded, which is exciting. Last year we did not get new funding, and this year we did. So, and of course we provided a particular budget, so it's funds are dedicated to particular areas. We're going to want to talk about our grants program during our meeting and how we want to promote that. I know one topic for our new people last year, we promoted it pretty well, we thought, and we only got one proposal that we actually funded, which is obviously less than we would like. So we're going to want to talk about our means of communications, how we can better get the word out to hopefully attract more people to write grant proposals. We've also spoken about trying to build a database of connections in the city to promote our grant opportunities, and I'm sure we'll want to talk about that. And of course, our different sister cities and efforts in each of them. Others, is any Elizabeth or Stella?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Could I maybe, would it be all right if I made a couple of suggestions?
Please.
I, in my role as secretary, I think it's fun to go back and look at old agendas and old minutes, including old retreat minutes. So I was reviewing those not long ago, just to get a feel for what retreats have included in the past. Shared some of those with Damon, but it occurred to me that it might be helpful if several of us kind of serve as a retreat planning group. We don't have to call it an official committee, but I'd certainly volunteer, Damon, to help with retreat planning so it doesn't all fall to you. And I wondered if either of our new commissioners would be interested in that, but also we can put the word out to everybody, including the commissioners who aren't here. And if you like that idea, then we should probably organize that soon so that we have the whole month of August and a portion of the month of September to work out what are the topics that we want to focus on at that retreat, and also maybe look at those logistics like find a location and create an itinerary that we can run by the commission in advance and stuff like that. So that was my one of my suggestions was, what do we think about the idea of just having a retreat planning group? And the second idea I wanted to put out there is, if we are lucky enough to be able to meet in person, it seems like one of the nice aspects of these retreats in the past, since they are like half-day retreats, except they happen at night and they happen right over the dinner hour, is to be able to have dinner included. And I love that idea because we have never met in person, and I think it seems like it's always been an important part of the retreat that there'd be a little bit of time to get to know one another and share a meal. So if the commission would like that to be a part of it, then I just wanted to propose that we plan for that and that we forward Damon our ideas about whether we would want that to be a potluck and people can bring something, or whether we just want to make it easy and order food in. And if that's the case, kind of what is the budget, Michael, that is acceptable for us to work with, that could come out of our own, can we spend that out of our own budget, which I think is what's happened in the past. And could you provide some guidance on sort of like a figure around that? So that was my other thing, was just since it's going to likely happen for several hours, like late afternoon through the dinner hour, do we do we want to also think about that? Those are my two suggestions, so I'll mute myself now and let others.
I'm looking for the amount. I mean, obviously, we want to be good stewards of the city's money. The last time I saw an expense like that predates my time here and the pandemic. So I'm gonna go look for that. It was in the high 90s or low hundreds for basically some catering, sandwiches, et cetera, type thing.
Okay,
I mean, I at least like the idea of a meal and gathering together. For our new members, this group has never been together. I joined, I'm one of the older, I've been around longer than most, and I only joined the commission in, I think it was late January of 2020. So I attended 2 meetings in person. So most of us have never attended a meeting in person. Actually, Edward has attended more in-person meetings than any of us combined. So, you know, I think that's something that we really need. Some of us did have the opportunity to meet at a public event that was following in conclusion of a grant that had taken place, an art event. And it was really nice. I got to meet Stella. It was great. We had fun. Well, she didn't have wine, but I had 1 glass of wine. So I think we would really benefit from some in-person connections. So be thinking, I don't know, what do you all think? Are you all open to an in-person meeting at some point?
And I'm happy to help plan. I plan events as part of my job, and I do a lot of facilitation. So human-centered design facilitation. So I'm happy to help if you all want to do that type of activity as well.
that sounds great. Claire, if you're interested, I'd be happy to send you links to some past retreat agendas and minutes from our drive, so you don't have to go look for them on your own, just to give you a sense of what's happened before.
That would be great. Thank you.
So yeah, let's definitely have a working group. That sounds good. I really need, for myself personally, I can't do hardly anything until after August 5th. I've got an exchange group I'm hosting beginning this upcoming Friday, and it's got my time filled.
Well, why don't we plan to meet after the 5th then? I mean,
Okay.
those who are interested, and we can send around an inquiry to the commissioners who aren't here to see if anybody else has particular interest in. I guess we'll have to set that up, Damon, through the city as a Zoom.
Yeah. How about we communicate with each other and Max and try to find a time where, because this will be it will need to be a public meeting. All of our
Yes,
meetings.
of course. Okay.
So Max, do you foresee any problem with us adding a meeting at some point?
No, I don't think so. Just give me as ample notice as possible and I'll see. Well, actually, yeah, I don't see a problem at all. I run the meetings now. So communications actually doesn't have a role in your meetings anymore.
Okay.
So yeah, it's really just comparing it to my schedule.
For your schedule, would you prefer it during business hours or after?
If we could keep it around the same, and we're talking about the meeting to plan for the retreat.
Yeah,
right?
retreat planning meeting.
Yeah, so if we could keep it around the same time as your actual commission meetings,
Okay.
that'd be great.
All right, sounds good. Well, how about the 3 of us? We can follow up on that.
Okay.
We can put the word out to everybody else, and if anyone would like to join in, they're more than welcome. And we'll include Max, and we'll find a date that works well for us. But just for everybody, the meeting date is the 3rd Tuesday in September. So just make sure that that date is blocked out in your calendar beginning at 4:30. And presumably in person somewhere. fingers crossed. Okay, anyone else have anything they'd like to add? All right, everyone. Well, thank you very much. I think we're right on time, and I appreciate everybody's efforts, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you, Damon. Thanks, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Bye.
Bye.